Yo, what's cracking? Whew, my bad. I'm missing in action. You know what I mean? But I wasn't feeling too well. I'm feeling a little bit better. I was gonna take this day off, take a little bit of time off, but the show must go on. You feel me? Sorry, bear with me. I don't wanna be coughing all in the mic. But yeah, man, trying to figure out how to get this little go live stuff to work on all the platforms. It's been hit or miss. Some of them it works well, some of them it don't. But we gonna keep it rocking, rolling. It can't stop. So let's go ahead and get into this crazy news across America. Let's rock. Let me see. Go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's what I want y'all to see. See, I'm getting it. Let's get it. Hold up. Well, he ain't supposed to be staring off to the side like that. He's supposed to be looking directly into the camera. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm messing this thing up. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Forgive me. We're gonna dive back into this. We're gonna dive right back into this. There we go. That looks better. Let's get this.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. A prominent local gospel singer and educator is being accused of a number of sex crimes.
Well, the charges include sex trafficking and rape. And as Paul Murphy reports, the NOPD is seeking information about other potential victims.
Josh Kegler is an award-winning gospel singer and choir instructor. He performed at Mayor LaToya Cantrell's second inauguration ceremony at Gallier Hall. Tuesday, New Orleans police arrested.
Now, that's what I mean. Why is he looking off to the side like that? Face the camera so when we see you in the street, we know who you is, man. What you got going on?
Kegler for a series of sex crimes involving a minor. According to the arrest affidavit, the case stems from a complaint by the mother of a 16-year-old boy about concerning text messages on her son's cell phone. She described the messages as sexual in nature. The boy told investigators he had been approached by a teacher from Warren Easton Charter High School. The teacher was later identified as Kegler. The boy stated the 38-year-old invited him to his home to smoke marijuana. According to the affidavit, Kegler began paying the boy for sexual activities. Investigators said the 16-year-old objected when things escalated from observing to Kegler making physical contact. The boy reported that all incidents occurred.
Man, hold on, man. So you mean to tell me that it sounded like they was alone together? Why was this grown man alone with this young boy? Where was his father at? You know what I'm saying? That's how these sick-minded individuals pick their targets. They look for the people that are vulnerable. Ain't no daddy in the home. You gotta have a daddy in the home. That's why it's important to know where your kids are, what they're doing at all times. So these type of things don't be happening.
At Kegler's home, and that Kegler either personally picked him up and dropped him off or arranged for a rideshare service to transport him. Police said Kegler groomed the boy to perform sexual acts and used money as bait. Warren Easton, in a statement, confirmed Kegler was on the faculty at the high school during the 2024-2025 school year. This individual is no longer employed at the school. While we are unable to share specific details due to privacy laws and the active nature of the investigation, we can confirm that we are fully cooperating with the New Orleans Police Department. The safety and well-being of our students is and always will be our top priority. Kegler previously taught at 2 other New Orleans area schools, including George Washington Carver and McDonough 35. He was also a regular performer at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival and contributed to the Grammy Award-winning Best Roots Gospel album, Church. Police urge.
The name of the album is Church. And Buddy was doing all kind of demonic stuff. I don't know what was up with him. But we asked why black men ain't in church, because we be seeing it. We be seeing it. Like, there's a lot of weirdos in that show. There's a lot of weirdos in that show. And in the school system too. He was in the school system. Not saying everybody in church is weird. Not saying everybody in the school systems are weird. I mean, obviously not everybody. So you gotta say that for people who are like, I know somebody who works there, somebody who goes there. And not them. It might be them, but I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the people who do this to the little ones in the community, and they know that you're supposed to be uplifting these children, giving them the game, not running game on them. You feel me? You a predator, dog. You a predator.
Any other potential victims to come forward. In a statement, the NOPD said, "We understand this may be difficult, but your safety and privacy are our top priority. You're not alone." Kegler was booked into the Orleans Justice Center on 5 counts of trafficking of children for sexual purposes, 5 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles, 1 count of third-degree rape, and 1 count of sexual battery. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
And this afternoon, a magistrate ordered Josh Kegler held without bond until a hearing Monday afternoon.
Got him. Prison and jail. Oh, that's not going to be fun for you, buddy. I wish you the worst experience, because you are the worst type of individual. You know, you got to be careful who we trust our children around, because it be people just like this. Buddy was going to church, singing in the choir, doing music on the highest level almost, participating in school, mentoring, and molesting all at the same time. He was a Chester. Dang, about to get my video flagged. Let's move on to the next joint, because this.
Tonight at 10, one family says they won't have peace until the teen arrested in the death of a 93-year-old grandmother gets convicted. His arrest took more than a year and a half. Your news leader has been digging deeper into his past tonight.
Well, police will tell you he's been busy, and we found out he's been accused of even more crimes since the death of that grandmother. WRG's Brian Didlake has been following this story and has the very latest. And Brian, what else have you learned?
Well, Greg and Stephanie, the suspect, Darian Taylor, was brought in by U.S. Marshals. But when we looked into Taylor's past, we learned that he had charges from not one state, but 2.
I was relieved for my family, because there's always the threat with him on the street that there might be some violence against a family member.
For more than a year and a half, Ronald Harris says fear of retaliation was a constant for his family. U.S. Marshals sending out this image of the capture of 18-year-old Darian Taylor. Taylor is accused of killing Harris's mother, 93-year-old Geraldine, and injuring 2 other family members back in January of last year.
Oh, dang, man. Rest in peace. That's my grandmother's name, yo. Sheesh. To live to be 98 years old and to lose your life that senselessly. I think I said that word wrong. I've been reading a little bit, y'all. But it's terrible. It's a travesty. You know what I'm talking about? Rest in peace to Miss Geraldine. Sorry you had to live in a cruel world. You probably seen so much with your beautiful eyes. And I can't imagine what your final moments were. Condolences to your family.
At the time of Harris's death, Taylor was 17 and now 18, but since then he has racked up several charges in 2 states. The first, WRG learned, was out of West Memphis in January of this year, where Taylor and others were arrested for theft after a series of smash and grabs. Fast forward 4 months to May, we saw Taylor end up facing even more charges, theft-related, just days apart. The first incident, Taylor was accused of stealing a firearm from a home prior in April, but was found with that same weapon during the recovery of a stolen vehicle. He posted bond, but less than 5 days later ended up back in trouble after being accused of stealing Mercedes-Benz vehicle parts in a separate stolen vehicle, which had not yet been reported. But Harris says outside of Taylor's troubled past, a more serious concern with the court process.
The police knew, but they couldn't bring the case because the court said, nope, you got to have more evidence. You got to have more evidence. And that took 1.5 years.
The family says that's...
Dang. I mean, that's the process, though. That's the process. That's what we go through as far as the judicial system. I don't even think he made it to that part of the game. I guess they just was investigating him from what I'm getting, and they couldn't go ahead and lock him up yet because they didn't have a case. They didn't have something that they wanted to stick. And it's a shame that, you know what I mean, it was the death of a 93-year-old grandmother that was kind of like what they had to take him to court and trial for all the other things that it sounded like he was doing.
The amount of time it took to get back key DNA and ballistics evidence. The Shelby County District Attorney's Office has been championing faster processing times. Last month, the Shelby County Commission approved $1.5 million that will get the ball rolling on a local crime lab. The commission also okayed 4 additional scientists to work at the state crime lab in Jackson, solely working to help solve Memphis crimes. Right now, evidence is sent to the TBI crime lab in Jackson, which takes more time.
We have to move forward and stay on top of the court system to make sure this case moves forward.
And now WRG has reached out to both the Shelby County District Attorney's Office as well as Memphis Police to see if there are any updates about the pending crime lab. We'll let you know when we hear back from them. For now, we are live here in downtown Memphis. Brian Didlake for your news leader, WREG, Channel 3.
All right.
See, and it ain't just Memphis. Memphis, their crime is through the roof lately, but it's everywhere. All you know the hot spots: Baltimore, DC, Atlanta. It's even North Carolina, Vegas. The list goes on and on. There's places where crime is just through the roof. My bad, my sinus is about me, but I still gotta get these thoughts out. Crime is out of control. And the sad part about it is a lot of youngsters. This man was 18 years old. He just hit the world. I mean, when I was 18, I was doing a lot of crazy, wild stuff too. You know, I was a wild youngin'. But we wasn't out here trying to hurt no elderly people. Like, that's some weird stuff, man. Like, everybody's weird nowadays. Even the criminals are weird. Just freaking weirdos. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and move on to this next joint, man. Just everybody on some weird stuff.
First on Fox, a father speaking out on the arrest of a 17-year-old charged with the murder of his 18-year-old son.
My hope is that he's held accountable for what he did, you know, and anybody else that was involved for that matter.
And that be the issue for real. Nobody's held accountable for nothing. Nothing. Nobody wants to be held accountable for nothing. You tell somebody that they need to do better in life, oh, you know, you hurt my feelings and you don't understand my situation. Like, it's always a victim. You're a victim no matter what everybody wants to play in the victim Olympics. Like, get your life together. This man then lost his son, and it's like another juvenile that took his son's life. We got to do better.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Vincent Hill. Earlier this week, Anne Arundel County Police announcing the arrest of that teen for the May 4th shooting death of 18-year-old Johnny Giuliani. Now his father is reflecting on his son's life and his hopes for accountability.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was a horrible day.
A father reflecting on the day his 18-year-old son, Johnny Giuliani, was murdered.
I was blessed. The night before he died, I was able to sit with him for 2 hours, and we had a very long conversation. Normal dad and son stuff.
Back on May 4th, around 5 in the morning, Anne Arundel County Police responding to shots fired along the B&A Trail in Glen Burnie.
Man, I mean, I'm just gonna call it out. What was he doing out at 5 in the morning? Rest in peace. It was in Maryland where I'm at. But ain't nothing going on. Unless he was going to work or something like that. I don't know. But let's figure out. Let's go back. Let's go deeper into the story.
Dan Giuliani, who was worried his son had not made it home, happened to be at that crime scene.
And then as soon as the detective rolled that blanket over him, I saw his shoulders, I saw his hair, and I knew it.
According to charging documents obtained by the Baltimore Sun, Johnny Giuliani and another person were walking along that trail when approached by several suspects in a stolen vehicle. 2 people attempted to rob Giuliani, but he tried to fight them off.
Johnny attacked the guy. Johnny knocked.
See, I mean, he wanted to defend himself. And he wasn't doing anything besides being in the wrong place at the wrong time. 5 in the morning is definitely the wrong time. But we never know. We never know what's on the mind of these criminals. You feel me? We never know. So Johnny tried to defend himself.
The guy on his ass.
Investigators say that's when Giuliani was shot.
He died right there, man. Johnny attacked the guy. Johnny knocked the guy on his ass.
Investigators say that's when Giuliani was shot.
He died right there, man.
Investigators were able to use surveillance video and DNA that led them to 17-year-old Mactoko Ryan, who's now charged with murder and a slew.
Man, he's 17, so they won't even show his face. It was a 17-year-old that took this man's life, and they won't even show his face. He's probably going to get charged as an adult, but that's the world we live in now.
17-year-old Mactoko Ryan, who's now charged with murder and a slew of other charges as an adult.
My hope is they continue doing what they say they're going to do. They're going to try him as an adult.
But according to Dan Giuliani, Ryan's attorney is already looking to move that case.
And at that bail hearing, they were requesting for him to get moved to a juvenile facility, and the judge said no.
He's hoping the case remains in adult court, as police are still searching for at least 3 other suspects.
My hope is that he's held accountable for what he did, and anybody else that was involved for that matter.
It's not known if the other suspects are juveniles, and Arundel County Police say the case is still active and ongoing. Meanwhile,
yeah, he was really focused on the military. He was doing military training, he was working out, and running and doing the pull-ups and the push-ups and all that stuff.
The father wants to remember his son for who he was.
See, it sounded like his son was doing his thing. He said he hit one of the boys and laid him out, and then I guess the other one shot him. It's sad. It's sad to see these youngsters ain't got no guidance. They out here robbing each other. Like, why would you rob somebody walking at 5 o'clock in the morning? Go find somebody who you know has money, like a business, a bank, something like that. Not saying that you should be robbing, but robbing random citizens and hoping for a come up. That's like the lowest of the low, for real. Like low lives. 3 low lives running around here.
Yeah, we miss him, man.
Not how he died.
He sent me that. I was at work. He sent me that. He's like, I'm on the roof. Johnny was a good guy. He loved his family, loved his friends, do anything for his friends.
Now, police say Ryan is a student in Howard County schools, and this isn't the first time we've seen a teen from Howard County get caught up in crime. Just last month, the 17-year-old was arrested and charged as an adult for assault and reckless endangerment for a shooting outside a restaurant in Columbia. Just weeks before that, 18-year-old William Marshall was arrested for the murder of another teen inside the Mall of Columbia. He was 17 years old at the time of that shooting. And another case involved Edmondson Zaya, who allegedly shot and killed 2 teens outside the mall in Columbia shortly after turning 18. Zaya was already on an ankle monitor for an attempted murder at the time. Hi, I'm Vin.
Man, what's up with these kids? What's up with these kids, man? For real, I ain't gonna point out the obvious, but they 2 black kids that they just said that was out here caught life. Not life, but caught an adult charge as a juvenile. And I know white children do it as well. Spanish children do it as well. I don't think Asian and Indian kids get in trouble because they ain't never on the news. I just know what the news say. But these young Black Americans are running wild, dog. And I'm telling you, it's the music and it's the stuff they see on TV that keeps them thinking like they supposed to be that hard individual that commits crime. So because they ain't got no purpose, they don't know that they kings. We kings. They don't know that. They don't understand that they descendants of royalty. They're being brainwashed and manipulated to think that they supposed to be out here committing crimes. Like, that's the only way that they can get it. Selling drugs and robbing people. I know a lot of little youngsters. You know what I mean? We cross paths, but these youngsters is lost, dog. I try to stay away from them. Like, I don't want to have to put the fire on them. So I just be like, man, let me just stay clear of these crazy youngsters. So move on to the next, John. Let's see what's happening in where this one gonna be at. Miami. So I forgot Miami get crowned too.
Friends and family desperate for answers tonight after 2 people were found shot to death in downtown Miami. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Trina Robinson. NBC6's Lorena Inclán is live.
Hold on. I like that shirt. That's on hard. Hold up. I like that shirt. Go ahead, dog.
Miami Police Headquarters. Lorena, we understand one of the victims had recently moved here and the other had only been in town for a short amount of time.
Trina, was a man and woman who were found dead in a car. The woman was from New York and the man was from Michigan. Now, we did speak with a friend, a close friend of the woman and her brother tonight, who are both pushing for answers, trying to figure out what happened here. Now, today in New York, family and friends gathered for a mass in honor of Chastity Charlotte Rodriguez. The 35-year-old mom was found shot to death inside an SUV on Northeast 4th Street and Northeast 2nd Avenue.
Dang, she was beautiful too. Dang, left behind 2 kids. It's like that nightlife ain't where it's supposed to be. It ain't it no more. We used to have fun going out, but now it's like you never know. You could just be somewhere, somebody just that whole joint. You feel me? 11 people hit, 3 gone because somebody was refused entry or something like that. It just ain't what it used to be. Rest in peace, Shawty.
With a man named Darius Kuhn. Now, the disturbing discovery was made the morning of July 19th. Rodriguez's friend tells us that she tried to report her friend missing after multiple calls to her cell phone went unanswered. The last time she spoke with Rodriguez was just before 2:30 a.m. Thursday. She tells us Rodriguez was in Miami for a few days to work at a strip club. NBC6 spoke with the victim's brother.
Hold up. Now more coming out. She came to Miami to work at the strip club. Man, that nightlife ain't there. What you thought you was gonna get rich stripping? Rest in peace to you, but take it to the internet, shawty. Take it to the internet. People ain't getting money like they used to. That stripping thing is just, it's like begging for change now.
And her friend, neither one wanted to show their face on camera, but here's what her brother had to say, followed by her friend.
She was fun, good friend, good sister, good daughter, good cousin, and yeah, good with everybody around her life. But I will say that she was a better mother. She was a good mom to my nephew.
Right now, at this moment, I cannot tell you how I feel. I cannot tell you because this is new for me. I'm inside of this thing because I can't believe this. I can't believe that's happened right now to me.
Man, it's terrible because we never know when our last day on this earth is. And when we leave behind our loved ones who got to put together the pieces. So when we live in a certain type of lifestyle, we don't know when it's going to come to an end. But when it do, her 2 kids, now they going, hopefully it sounds like she got a good support system, thank God. But I'm trying to tell you, they're trying to push this narrative where the only way to have fun is to be out and about. Better yourself, become a better version of yourself. That is actually fun. When you start to see you becoming a person who you didn't even know you could be, man, that's like playing a video game in reality.
Now, Rodriguez's friend, who you just heard from there, tells me that she had only been in town for a week before she was killed. And she says that her friend met the man who she was with at a nightclub. Now, police have not released a possible motive in this case, but police do tell us that they are actively investigating and trying to figure out who is responsible for killing these two people in that vehicle where they were found in downtown. For now, reporting live from downtown Miami, Lorena Enclang, NBC 6 News.
So it's like she didn't even know the guy she was with when she died. She's sitting there up in a car in her last seconds with a stranger. Well, we don't even know if nobody really know for real, but she should have been with her kids. He should have been with his family. And now the police, who can't find what they saying for, brothers, they can't find, you know, if you know, but they can't find something right in front of their face. You know, they couldn't find the nose in front of their face. The only way that they solve crimes is if somebody tells them what happened, or if they see a video. They're not good at their job investigating, going like that's an old kind of art. They don't do that no more. Not many investigators out here. So if you out here and ain't doing what you're supposed to do, I know plenty of people who ain't here no more, and they family don't know what happened to them. They just not here no more, and we don't want to fall victim like that. So do the right thing. I want to see what this one is about. This older guy. What's this older guy? Let's go ahead and jump into that real quick.
Well, this is all new for you tonight. We're learning what led to a fatal shooting at the Village Flea Market in Northwest Miami-Dade. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says an alleged affair led a man to shoot and kill his wife's lover. According to the man charged with the murder, the romantic relationship had been going on for 6 years. CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrero is in West Miami-Dade with how this man carried out the crime.
Hey, it ain't never yours. You already know that, old school. It's never going to be yours. It don't matter how long you done took care of this person and loved them the way you're supposed to. In this kind of environment that we're living in, man, it's too much. Too many options, bro. How you going to throw your life away because she was doing what she was doing for 6 years? But let's hear more about it.
According to Detective, 69-year-old Omar Aguila was told his wife's lover was in the parking lot of the Village Flea Market. That's when.
Nah, bro, I'm sorry. 69 years old, bro. You throw it away at 69 years old. This man's 30 years older than me. And now he about to do the rest of his life behind bars over an affair that his wife chose to have. That's crazy.
His wife's lover was in the parking lot of the Village Flea Market. That's when he got on a mobility scooter, went outside to the parking lot where the victim.
Stop, man. Stop. I told you I don't feel good today. It got me laughing and stuff. So buddy is 69 years old, and he decided he want to jump on a mobility scooter. I guess it's one of them little jumps that you got almost at the supermarket or something. I'm not sure kind of what he had, but he decided to jump on there with the toolie and go in and see his wife and his lover. Hold on, man. Run that back.
The Village Flea Market. That's when he got on a mobility scooter, went outside to the parking lot where the victim was in a car, went up to the car and shot him multiple times. According to Miami-Dade Sheriff deputies, back on July 12th, Aguila was inside the Village Flea Market with his son and wife. His son spotted the victim in the parking lot and told him. According to his arrest form, he got on a mobility scooter, drove up to the victim's car, got off the scooter and walked up to the car. That's when deputies say Aguila argued with the victim for no more than 5 seconds, fired multiple shots at the victim, killing him. The affair that caused the disagreement started back in 2019, according to deputies. He claims he shot the victim in self-defense.
According to the police report.
No, man, stop. That is not what happened. I'm sorry. I'm probably yelling all in the mic. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. I know this elderly gentleman here is not accused of shooting somebody from a mobility scooter. He looked like he frail and should be somewhere in a rocking chair. But I was just saying how the teens of America is crazy. I didn't know that the elderly folks is losing their minds too. Dang. And his wife, I don't know how old his wife was, because like she's still in hot girl summer. God, man. We gotta leave the West. There's too much stress in the West. This is Babylon for real. This is Babylon, man. Oh my God.
Or Mr. Aguila told the police that the alleged victim was reaching down. He thought he was going to be shot.
There's no evidence here to corroborate what the defendant is alleging to happen. In fact, evidence to the contrary indicates that his search did not reveal a firearm.
Through the investigation, detectives discovered the victim was not there to see the woman. He was in fact there to deliver food to a friend who works inside the Village Flea Market. Now, Aguila is being held here at TGK on a second-degree murder charge with no bond. In West Miami-Dade, Nakaya Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
Hold on, man. So he shot the Uber Eats man? Hold on, we about to go to the comments, y'all. We're going to the comments. I like to read the comments. It says, crashing out in your 60s is wild. Yes, it is. Crashing out in your 60s is crazy. A drive-by on an electric scooter is diabolical. Like, yo, that's crazy right there, yeah. Now he too damn old for this. We know. Florida is not disappointing us today, folks. Florida never disappoints, yeah. Florida never disappoints. Man, now the wife is free to go date again. She was doing that anyway. Your wife cheated on you. I understand the anger, but does that deserve spending the rest of your senior walking with the cane life in jail? Man, I mean, I guess he was like, if he can't have her, nobody can. I'm sure it's hard starting all over at 69, but sheesh. Dang, grandpa messed up in the head to the joint at 69 on a scooter. Drive-by shooting on a scooter. Meanwhile, wife is free to keep cheating. She said Snoop really let himself go. I hope Snoop don't go out that bad, yo. His son and his wife have to live with the fact they played a part in this. As well as the victim, Omar will serve the rest of his life in this prison. His wife will move on to the next lover. But I don't think the victim had anything to do with it. They're saying the victim was innocent. I mean, people is wild. Yeah. Man, I mean, the comments, I love the comments, man. I love the comments. It says, every day I do little things in my life to make sure that I don't die at a flea market. I thought I was the only one. Every day I do small things to make sure that I don't become a victim. So I'm not going out at a certain time, unless it's like very rare or something going on. I try to stay myself in the house. But when I go to a flea market, I'm hoping that I'm on the move. So it's like, I haven't been to a flea market in years, but I'm not going to say I'm against it. But people was getting popped everywhere, partner. Sorry, I wrote off my tongue wrong. But let me see what's up with this one.
Right now at 4:30, fighting violent crime in Philadelphia. The city is seeing record low rates of shootings and homicides.
Okay, we got good news. Record low rates of shooting. Hopefully that means more folks getting money because they ain't,
This year. It is a continuation of a trend that started back in 2024 when Philadelphia saw one of its lowest rates of homicide in decades.
District Attorney Larry Krasner says the decrease is partly because of the work being done by law enforcement and community members. Investigative reporter Claudia Vargas joins us now from Kensington, where earlier today the DA announced charges against an alleged drug dealer. Claudia?
Yeah, well, the DA says that he hopes that the weapons that were taken in this bust can be used for works of art similar to the one behind this fence. But he says despite the drugs and the guns getting taken off the street, the community isn't completely safe.
Mr. Rivera operated in Kensington as a drug dealer. He was caught with 9 guns, 3 of which had been modified to be fully automatic.
District Attorney Larry Krasner announced today the arrest.
My man was out there with the switches about to go do some damage. Wow. Yeah, I know that mobility scooter was crazy, Samantha. Oh, you people wild, ain't they?
Arrest of Edgardo Rivera, who is alleged to have been selling drugs out of his home earlier this year. Prosecutors say when they executed a search warrant in April, they found and confiscated 9 guns, $10,000 in cash, and numerous drugs.
$19,000 worth of narcotics, crack cocaine, hydro marijuana.
Krasner and his team found Rivera to be so dangerous that they asked the court to give him a bail of nearly $1 million.
Even though this defendant does not have an extensive record of convictions, it's a lot of guns. It's an effort to make them automatic. Automatic guns are not for the purpose of deer hunting. They're not for duck hunting. They're for killing people.
Man, how you gonna tell me what I'm gonna do with my gun? You don't know what I'm gonna do with my gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, a lot of people do use automatic weapons to shoot at each other, but they also use knives. I just seen a dude stab like 11 people at the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? If you just crazy, man. Y'all putting all these laws in place. It's not gonna stop the criminals. It's not. I know criminals. They're gonna get it if they want it. If they want it, they're gonna get it. That's why they're criminals. Y'all make no sense, yo. It's like the laws make no sense.
Rivera's bail, however, was set at $100,000. And as is allowed in PA, Rivera was able to pay 10% of his bail amount, that's $10,000, and be released.
Edgardo Rivera is out of custody. I don't like it. But, you know, we have seen this time and time again.
Krasner says it's the judges who set the bail amount. He complained that sometimes people with minor charges will be held on high bail, while people with serious crimes are given what he considers to be insufficient bail. A spokesperson for the Common Pleas Court declined to comment.
The real change that we need in Pennsylvania is for the legislature to get rid of money as being a thing.
In the meantime, Rivera is scheduled to be arraigned next Monday.
Is the community in danger right now, the fact that he's still out?
I don't want him out. I'll say that. You know, I'm not going to pretend I have a crystal ball and know whether he understands it's time to quit.
And Rivera's lawyer says that the allegations are serious. He has not yet seen the evidence, and he looks forward to trying the case in a court of law. Now, coming up at 5, we're going to give you details on what this new Peace Park is. It is locked right now, but we did get a chance to go inside earlier, and we'll explain what the weapons inside that tarp have to do with it. In Kensington, Claudia Vargas, NBC 10 News.
Okay, so it started off good. Crime is down, but then they talked about some dude that got locked up and he got put back on the streets. He didn't hurt nobody though. He was just trying to get some bread, but you know, with them guns, he's probably selling them on the streets, and he know who he's selling them to. Somebody who about to put in some work. Let's do one more joint, man. Let's do one more joint. We'll go ahead and take it to DC, right around the corner from me. Let's get it.
See on 7 News, people taking cover after at least 140 gunshots were fired in Northeast DC just Wednesday night. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Marsh.
And I'm Scott Thuman. Those shots leaving a man injured and a church riddled with bullet holes. Our crew went back to the neighborhood today and found doors that were blown out and a house and multiple cars damaged. Our Washington, D.C. reporter, Felicia Ashley, is joining us live near Benning Road. And Felicia, how many suspects are police looking for right now?
Well, they're looking for upwards, listen to this, upwards of 4 suspects. And that's because this was a very large shootout beef between 2 separate groups. And I want to show you just behind this gate right here. That was the focal point of the shooting, rather the target. And one thing I want to tell you is that in this video, what you're going to see young kids, parents running because these bullets went everywhere across this neighborhood.
That's where one of the bullets traveled.
through the roof. A family with their babies and kids in hand was leaving the church after planning a shut-in Wednesday night. Police say a shootout between two groups near 15th and Benning Road sent more than 140 shots across the neighborhood, blowing out these cars, hitting homes, and the Solid Rock Perfecting Church.
I'm not a person that's easily to scare, but it is definitely unnerving because and it's not in the evening now, it's at any time of the day, morning, noon, night, just any time. And again, the community, they're crying out.
I spoke to Crystal Diallo.
And again, the community, they're crying out.
Sorry, my fault. I had my finger on that joint. But yeah, these yuckers get it in anywhere, anytime, any day. They don't care. Used to be like, let's not shoot over in that direction because there's women and kids over there at the park. Nah, they don't care. Come on, man. You're tripping. They trying to up the score. Up the score. That's all they thinking, up the score.
I spoke to Crystal Diallo after she finished sweeping up the debris from the bullets. She says the apartments owned by the Horning brothers have brought fear to the church. You can see right through where the
correct.
shooting happened.
Yes. Like I said, this isn't the first time. I'm just leaving here where we were faced with people just pointing guns at us and robbing. They stole someone's car and just driving down the street and guns pointed at us.
A place of worship and community say they're caught in the middle of a battleground.
People are dropping like flies over here. I mean, the neighborhood is really bad. Every night, I seen a body get picked up across the street from me.
Deborah Warren says the sounds felt like shots were going through her apartment down the street. Have you had a chance to speak with your ANC, seen any ANCs or council members, any leadership in this area?
Not at all.
As far as security and watch each other's back, that's pretty much how we've been trying to maintain.
And community members and the church told me they do not know how much longer they can maintain all of this on their own. And to give you an idea of just how intense this shooting was, you can slightly see a police car there. There's another police car literally pulling up as we're talking to you. There is an increased police presence in this area right now, but those shots from through that alley and through that apartment complex, they hit these homes, and the church we were telling you about in this report, they went through this ceiling up here. So for now, reporting live from Northeast DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
All
right, Felicia, we appreciate you. Let's get for real, man. Let's get for real. This stuff is just, it's rampant. It's everywhere. Don't matter where you live at. Don't matter. What is we gonna do? What is we gonna do about with crime? I like to talk about crime because I'm an ex-criminal. You know what I mean? So I just find it interesting how crime has evolved. It ain't like it used to be. It's just now it's like anybody for themselves. They be backdooring each other. They snitch on each other. They don't even care. You could be at church. They shooting that joint up. You could be at the Walmart. They ready to do it to you in the Walmart. Matter of fact, before we leave, we're going to hit that Walmart joint because that's a new one. That's a new one. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Walmart stabbing in Michigan. Let me see. Let's do a short jump. Hold on. Get different numbers here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm getting different numbers. I don't know how many people was really hit because they're messing it up. You gotta get reliable sources, but we're gonna do this one.
This morning, a community reeling after a horrific.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's go.
This morning, a community reeling after a horrific scene at a Walmart in northern Michigan. At least 11 people stabbed in what authorities are calling a random attack.
I need units inside Walmart. Got multiple victims.
First responders flooding the parking lot of this Traverse City Walmart just after 6 p.m. Saturday. Officials say the attack erupted near the store's checkout area and that the suspect, a 42-year-old male and Michigan resident who is now in custody, was armed with a folding knife.
There was blood everywhere. There was people kind of sitting at the ends of aisles just bleeding.
Julia Martell was in the Walmart at the time, describing the terrifying moments inside as people scrambled for safety, fearing for their lives.
I heard screaming and I went towards the screaming and I saw the guy with the knife shove somebody. And after he shoved him, he was headed in my direction. I was right there. I saw the knife, but I got out of his way in time. And it seemed like all of the people who got stabbed and got attacked were people who couldn't physically get out of his way, like people in wheelchairs.
According to authorities.
See, we got to stay physically active and try to be as healthy as possible. I know some people are hit with conditions that they can't help, but it makes you look like a victim. Makes you look like a victim. And I was wondering, like, how did somebody do this to so many people? Because he was going after the weaker ones. That's what these criminals do.
Those attacked appeared random with no predetermined victims. Police say they quickly apprehended the suspect.
Be vigilant. Know that no area is immune to this type of activity, unfortunately. 11 is 11 too many, but thank God it wasn't more.
The Munson Medical Center confirming the 11 victims are being treated at their facility. Walmart releasing a statement saying violence like this is unacceptable and will continue working closely with law enforcement during their investigation.
Man, that's what I be saying, man. Like, people is crazy everywhere, and they're looking for victims. They really is looking for victims. Like the one story, the guy said his son was walking down the path at 5 a.m, and 3 people walked up on him. They were looking for a victim. The guy at the Walmart, he was out here trying to stab people who were weak in wheelchairs. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter if they got a gun, they got a knife, if they got a bat, if they see somebody that they can take advantage of, that's what they on. So cut the victim mentality. Make yourself a strong version of you. Get up off the couch. Get outside. Hit the block a little bit. Go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Because if we just sitting around here scrolling on our phones and watching TV and drinking, smoking, gossiping, just eating all the time, what's going to happen when it's in our city? What's going to happen when it's in our town, when it's in our community? Like, we got to be able to fight back, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, 11 people in the Walmart, nobody had a joint. Nobody was able to hit him with a hot joint and change his mind. Sometimes we see that there's vigilante, as they like to call them, citizens that will go ahead and pop one of them. You know what I mean? You break into the wrong home, you ain't getting out. You're not getting out. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they want you to break into their home because they spend all that money on firearms and they're ready to use that. But man, good luck out here. I'll take good care of yourselves and make sure you stay on the up and up and be vigilant. Keep your head on the swivel, because they're out here looking for folks that they can take from, whether it be money, time, your life. People are trying to take from you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have what they don't have. It's messed up, yo. It's messed up, but that's the game. That's the game. It's like either you a predator or a prey. You don't got to be like the worst type of individual, but you got to be out here on a hunt, trying to get to the next level. You feel me? But thank you for tuning in, and y'all be easy.